Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So iOS 16 has just come out, and this is a huge upgrade to the iPhone software this year. It is very cool and very customizable. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 features that come with iOS 16. And before we dive into that, I guess we should probably talk about which phones can actually get the latest software. So if you are planning on getting iOS 16, you must have an iPhone 8 or newer. So if you're someone that does have one of the phones that can get the latest software update, you should definitely check out some of these features. So let's go ahead and dive right into number 1. Alright, so for number 1, what we're going to do is add the battery percentage back up on the top here. Apple decided to remove it for whatever reason, but I, along with a lot of people, really like to see the actual number in the top right, instead of always having to scroll down just to see the number. So the way that we're going to fix that is you just go into settings, then you just scroll down, go to battery, and then battery percentage. So you just click that, and there you go. Now it says mine is at 71%. It's a lot easier to manage, but I'm really happy that Apple decided to add back the battery percentage with iOS 16, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be turning that back on. Next up is customizable wallpapers. So if we go into settings and then just go right down to wallpaper, you can customize it now with iOS 16. So we hit customize, and then you can get pictures, and this one I have a picture of my dog Daisy, and you can actually have the subject go in front of the time, so you can see the 4 is kind of cut off with the top of her head there, and you can enlarge it up to a certain point, but then if it goes too big, then the numbers just go out on top. So it is really cool. This is actually called depth effect, which is right here. So it's on, now it's off. So now it's just going to be the image behind the time and the date. But it is a really cool feature that you can add on there if you do want to play around with the lock screen a little bit. So you can do that, but then you can also add widgets, which is really cool. So me, I think I'm going to add the fitness one. I'm going to add the battery and then the alarm. You can put up to 4 squared widgets, or you can put up to 2 rectangular ones. I think I'm just going to go with 3, and you can customize it even further. So you can change the font. So if we just click on the number or the date up there, you got a whole bunch of different fonts here, which is actually really cool. I really like the customizability of the lock screens now. It just makes it a little bit more unique. I think I'm going to go with the first one there, and then you can change the color too. So if I want to make it like a neon yellow or white, you can do like pink, purple, really whatever color you want. You can play around with the saturation too on the bottom there. And then there's also a huge color palette as well. So you can do either a spectrum, a slider, or a grid. And then the widgets also follow the color scheme of whatever you're choosing for the time and the date, which I think is pretty cool. So this is the custom wallpaper that I think I'm going to be rocking for a little while now. I'm a big F1 fan, and I think the colors and everything just really pop and look really cool. Black and red, you can't go wrong. So once you've made a few different wallpapers, you can actually save them all and then cycle between them just like on an Apple Watch. And then to cycle between them, you just hold on the screen, and here's a few of them that I've made. So I'll just cycle through those. I'm not sure if there's a limit as to how many you can make, but I've made a ton so far. And one other thing, when you're customizing it, if you just scroll to the right, you get different filters. So very customizable for all of the wallpapers that you can make. And if you don't want to make your own, Apple has a bunch of them for you to choose. You've got weather and astronomy, emojis. You've got some from the Apple collection here, and then you've just got basic colors. The astronomy one's actually really cool. So you can either do like Earth or a different angle of Earth, or the moon, which this one actually looks really good, and it's super high res. So a ton of options with the customizability of the lock screen. Next up, let's talk about the Photos app. There's some pretty cool new stuff in there. So with iOS 16, we have a new folder that's called duplicates. So basically what it does is it scans your phone for any files that are essentially almost the same. So you can see right here, I have 2 images that are the exact same, but it's taking up space because I have 2 of the files instead of just having 1. So now what I can do is just hit merge. So it says these selected items are exact copies that may have different metadata. Merging will keep one version of the duplicate set, combining the highest quality and relevant data and moving the rest to recently deleted. So that's going to be a good space saver for a lot of people that take like a ton of photos just to get one perfect shot, but then forget about the rest and then just have them sitting on their phone eating away at their storage. I know my mom's a huge culprit of that, so this duplicates folder is going to help her a ton. Then you can see I've got another one here, so it does videos too, not just photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and merge that video of Daisy just to save some space, and there we go. So that's a really cool feature. And in the Photos app we get a little bit of a security feature as well. So if you want to go to let's say recently deleted, you now have to type in your passcode or scan your face with Face ID just to make it a little bit more secure. So I used Face ID, now I can access my recently deleted, so you can see some of the video files from the video that I was working on yesterday. So let's go ahead and delete those. So basically with the update to the Photos app, we get a lot of storage saving options as well as security options for recently deleted and hidden photos. So next let's talk about live text and visual lookup. So in iOS 16 you can actually copy text in videos. Before we were only able to do it in photos, so this is actually pretty cool. Alright, so I've got a video pulled up here of Ronaldo, so if I go ahead and pause it and just go back to where his name was, so right there. Now what you can do is get his name, copy it, paste it, Google it, whatever you want to do with it really, which is very, very cool because now we can do it on photos and videos. And then if you guys didn't know how the photos one works, is it's pretty much the same thing. You just hold around the text and there you go. Now the next feature is really cool here. You can actually make PNG stickers in your photos. All you have to do is hold down on the subject. You saw that little kind of warp go through there, and then boom, we've got a PNG. So this is going to be super handy for making thumbnails whenever I put myself in them. I can just go ahead and save the image or just airdrop it, do whatever I need to do with it. You can make memes, like the possibilities are really just endless. I just love how fast and easy it is. Like it is just so easy. Look at that, boom, there we go, picture of Ronaldo ready to go. That's just going to make the process of making thumbnails so much faster. And the fifth feature that I'm going to talk about in this video is involving the Messages app. So you can actually unsend messages now up to 2 minutes after they're sent. So I just sent a message at 1:08, it's 1:09 right now. I sent it to my group chat with my brothers. If I want to unsend it, you just hold on to it and then undo send. And that's it. If you want it to truly be unsent though, everybody has to be on iOS 16. Right now I don't think my brothers are on it, so they're still gonna see my message unfortunately. But once everyone's up to date with iOS 16, that feature is gonna be handy for a lot of people. Another cool feature is that if you delete messages and you do want access to them, you now have up to 30 days to recover them, which is absolutely huge. So let's say I go ahead and delete this message from myself. You automatically get a pop-up that says deleted messages are moved to recently deleted, and it tells you how to access it. So you just go ahead and click edit and then go to show recently deleted, and boom, I can now recover it. So just hit recover, recover 4 messages, and done. Now it's back at the top and all of my messages are back. So that is going to be a huge feature because I know a lot of people might accidentally delete messages and then now you have a way to access them again. Once again, that is within 30 days, so a pretty good amount of time. And another cool feature that comes in the Messenger app is the ability to unread messages so that you still have that blue dot indicator. I'm definitely someone who opens the message but then just like forgets to respond, but then forgets that the message is even there because the blue dot goes away. So now what you can do with iOS 16 is like, let's say I open up this message, okay, I see it says, hey, I don't respond. It's like 3 hours later, that person gets upset. What I can do now is like, let's say I'm busy or I just don't want to answer right away, I can open the message where the blue dot is now gone, read whatever it is that the person wants to send, but then what I can do is hit mark as unread, and then if I click that, the blue dot is going to come back. So there it is. So now I could have read whatever the text is, and then whenever I'm good and ready, I can respond, and I'll have the blue dot to let me know that I haven't responded yet too. So some pretty useful features to the Messages app on iOS 16, and that is all 5 of the best features in my opinion. So guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I am really liking iOS 16. Those were the 5 features that I personally like the most. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite feature is with iOS 16, and is it maybe something that I didn't mention in the video, because if it is, let me know down below. I think the 2 features that I personally like the most is being able to make a PNG out of your photos. It is just so fast, so efficient, just so easy. And then the second thing that I liked the most was the customizable lock screens. Apple's lock screens have looked pretty much the same for years and years now, and being able to add a little bit of your own flavor to it is obviously a really good thing. I feel like a ton of people are going to get really creative and be able to express themselves a lot in these lock screens. So yeah, overall, iOS 16, it is very good, and I can't wait to just keep playing around with it, especially when I pick up my 14 Pro Max this Friday. The software of iOS 16 with the dynamic island on the Pro Model 14 phones is next level innovation between software and hardware, and I just can't wait to test it out. I'll be unboxing the phone on Friday, so stay tuned for that video, but for now guys, that is the end of this video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and other than that, I hope you guys all have a great day today, and I will see you guys in the next video.